since I was a youngin', I'm talking about like 5, 6 years old. I can't remember what it was. I saw Godzilla on television and I was just like, holy shit. This is wild. A nuclear dinosaur. Like, screw Barney. Who cares about that? This guy shoots atomic, like, fucking energy out of his face. And he's a gigantic dinosaur. Wow.
I never watched it when I was, like, super young. But around, like, maybe 12 or 13 was the first time that I watched the Godzilla movie that came out in, like, whenever.
Oh, like 2000, like year 2000.
Something like that.
Or 98.
Because it was my younger stepbrother's special interest.
Mm-hmm.
So he would watch Godzilla like 4 times a day, every day. And so I got very tired of that movie.
Yeah, that one was also not the best. I don't hate it the way that a lot of people do. But it's all right. I like the originals. I like the old.
I've never watched them.
Old versions, some of the newer shit's been really cool, but it just brings me to me getting you into watching some Godzilla, and me getting you invested in the battle between Godzilla and King Kong.
Okay, last time that we watched a Godzilla trailer, we watched the Godzilla versus King Kong, whatever it's called. I don't remember.
We did.
And there was a lot of heat in the comments.
Well,
back and
for
forth.
Dumb reasons.
Some people sided with Chad. Some people sided with me. That I like King Kong way more than I like Godzilla.
And you guys fucking lost.
You say that. It's been a minute since I watched it. But, like, it was like an even battle, right?
It was not even. Look, they had to nerf Godzilla, number 1. Number 2, they had to give King Kong a weapon. Like, he physically had to wield an axe made out of Godzilla scales.
Problem because last time you were like, they don't even, he has a weapon. You don't even use, and everybody was like, Chad, apes definitely use tools.
I mean, that's fine. It's fine. They had to create some throne underground and a mystical axe that he carried and all this fucking shit. Let me armor Godzilla up and like mount some fucking machine guns to his arms and shit and see how this works out.
Tiny little arms.
Like, he don't have. There is no Godzilla, or there's no King Kong in this. This is just Godzilla.
I know.
So let's
okay.
hype up Godzilla,
right, Godzilla,
get into the Godzilla zone, and leave the fucking bullshit King Kong alone, because nobody gives a fuck about King Kong. King Kong's a bitch-made loser who has no place to even be like showcased near Godzilla. Like, why they did that crossover to begin with is a mystery to me. I think it's a dumb idea. Did you watch it? Yes, to watch Godzilla teabag King Kong, which is exactly what he did. I do not want to hear it about fucking King Kong. It's a lame ass character. Godzilla is like 1 trillion times cooler than King Kong. And King Kong can suck my king schlong.
All right, let's go.
This is a trailer for a movie that is coming out that fucking snuck up on me. I think it's just they're releasing it in like Japan first. It's like made in Japan and everything, but it looks fucking sick. I saw the thumbnail and I was like, holy shit.
So is this different people, or is it still following the same?
It's all the same people.
Okay.
They just loan the intellectual property out to people. Like, they get paid money for other people to use it.
Right.
But this is like the studio that kind of came up with it. I'm pretty sure it's Toho.
This is not the same as what has come out in the past couple of years.
No, this is not the.
Cool.
It's not connected with like the King Kong versus Godzilla shit we've been watching.
And the one with Mothra.
No.
And I don't remember the
It's not connected with the American version.
Okay, cool.
This is like more authentic and true to the source material.
Okay.
Yeah. This is called Godzilla -1. This is the official trailer number 2. I haven't seen the trailer number 1. I have not watched shit about it. I've just read about it and I've seen some screenshots. So this is all going to be new to me.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Here we go. Damn, that ship is fucked up.
なんだって言うんだ。我々しかこの国の未来を切り開くことはできないんだ。
あの怪物の生態は未知のことが多すぎてる。あいつの未来を守ってやりたい。ゴジラマイナス1。
Oh, dude, we've got to go see that. We've got to go see that.
I hate, like, they did it so fast. Like, I like that about trailers whenever they're like, no, you're only going to see, like, little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you see
Way
trailers and it's just way too much. It gives the whole thing away. Or it doesn't even happen in the movie. But his face, I kept trying to get a peek. It looked kind of more like he's like the rounded face.
It looks like the original, like, the old school Godzilla. Like, the one that I fucking, like, thought was so awesome as a kid. In fact, I have a figure of it over here, but like it looks like that.
I guess I just don't understand. Okay, I don't understand like why you think he's awesome. Like it's so awesome. It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Well,
is it interesting? Sure. It's crazy. Sure.
When I was in the early 90s, the Godzilla films were more centered around Godzilla's cool as shit, and he's fighting these other monsters, and he's
now
the king of the monsters, and he's protecting Japan, and he's protecting against these invading monsters because this is his territory. You know, which is kind of what they've done a little bit in the newer films also. But when it first came out, now, I'm going to do my best at it kind of explaining from how I understand it, the origins of Godzilla and everything. So, pretty much, it was the idea of a manifestation of, like, Hiroshima and Nagasaki and just how horrific and devastating the destruction on Japan was. That creating this creature that had been mutated by this evil and was just this horrible destructive force was like a representation of what had happened to Japan. Like this big monstrous force that was just unfathomable to humanity and civilization just shows up and starts destroying, you know, and everybody is terrified and people are dying by the hundreds and the thousands and it's just complete destruction. It was supposed to be like a representation of the destruction that had happened to Japan and like the fucking horror that they had gone through. And it was just kind of like a scary movie, and it was viscerally relatable to like something that had actually just happened. Like, you know, I think it was like the 50s when the first Godzilla movie happened. Yeah. So that's like what? Yeah. 10 years?
Yeah, not long.
Removed from Nagasaki and Hiroshima. So it was like a very relatable fucking like crazy thing. It was obviously an artistic representation of that using this big dinosaur thing, but like, fuck, man. Take away the fucking scales and the kicking buildings over, and you've just got these gigantic bursts of radiation that you know happened and took down these buildings and killed people instantaneously and all of that. So it's like there was a museum that was up for Godzilla in Japan, and a guy went to it and was kind of explaining like the history of Godzilla and like how that artistic representation of what had happened was put into the character and shit. That's how I learned all that stuff. But I had just I knew that it had something to do with it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that it was that, like, with art, you can create these fucking stories that mean something completely different, but like the heart of what happened in reality is shoved into this fictitious fantasy type thing. And that's what Godzilla is. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Which is totally not what I got as a kid. I was like, this badass
big
dinosaur.
Fucking lizard.
Yeah, cool.
And I guess I've always looked at it like this big, scary lizard that shoots whatever the fuck out of his mouth and just kills people. No, that's not cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then, especially in comparison, because I'm going to bring him back up as King Kong, it's like, saves people sometimes and is only hurt.
Who is King Kong saving?
He did save her, the girl. It's weird, but anyway.
No, you're talking about like
the one movie.
Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, we don't even need to get into King Kong. This is not Kong's time to shine. This is all about Godzilla. So this movie looks incredible. It looks to me like they're recreating the original. Like the one who's just a horror villain.
I've never watched it, so.
And we should. It's coming out next month, and I'm already sitting here like rubbing my nipples over it. So
God.
Let's do it. You gonna go with me to watch it in theaters?
That's a weird transition to say.
No, not like that. Let's watch the movie together.
Yes.
Oh, I got a date, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for hanging out. Watch this trailer with us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.